अस्सलामुअलैकुम दोस्तों, हमारी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और बेल आइकन पर भी क्लिक कीजिए ताकि हमारी नए वीडियो आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंच सके।
At least 52 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces in the Gaza Strip as anger rages on over the relocation of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem Al-Quds. There were 6 teenagers aged 15 and 16 among those killed. More than 2,400 protesters were wounded, 900 of them with live fire rounds by Israeli soldiers. Clashes have been underway on Monday, the day the U.S. Embassy was relocated to Jerusalem Al-Quds. The Palestinian Authority has accused Israel of massacring the protesters in Gaza. It says that moving U.S. Embassy to Al-Quds would fuel instability and incitement in the region. The Palestinian Liberation Organization has called for a general strike. There have been confrontations between Palestinian protesters and the Israeli army and settlers in Bethlehem and East Jerusalem Al-Quds. There were also scuffles between protesters and the Israeli security forces outside of the American embassy in the Holy City. The protesters were mostly Palestinian members of the Israeli Knesset and Israeli rights activists. The Israeli forces took away Palestinian flags that were in their hands.
Dozens of Palestinians in Gaza have been killed in the Gaza Strip by Israeli forces as anger is boiling up in the occupied lands over the relocation of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem Al-Quds. Palestinians in Gaza participated in mass rallies on Monday, one day before the Nakba Day. The rallies held are part of the Great Return March and coincides with the U.S. President Donald Trump's decision of the relocation of the American Embassy to Jerusalem Al-Quds.
The occupation will end, and its terrorism will not break the resistance. We will continue the rallies until we achieve our goals. My message to the American administration is that this day will be a curse on them.
Meanwhile, the Palestinian Authority has accused Israel of conducting a terrible massacre of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The PA has called for an immediate intervention of the international community to prevent the killings. Israel has deployed additional troops reinforcement along Gaza's buffer zone. The Israeli sharpshooters continue to use excessive force against demonstrators.
We will not leave this place until we cross the fence and go back to our lands. Trump's decision will not affect us, not change the reality. Despite all the snipers along the fence, we will not give up.
Demonstrations have reached their peak and thousands are expected to continue to rally until May 15th, which marks the 70th anniversary of Palestinian Nakba and the establishment of the Israeli regime.
We are here to protest against Israel and America. We tell them that Jerusalem Al-Quds is the capital of Palestine. It is not their right to relocate the U.S. Embassy as they like when they like.
Israeli air forces have launched attacks on Gaza and threatened for more if the rallies do not come to an end. Yet, Palestinian demonstrators vow to continue their rallies. Similar rallies are held in the West Bank on the eve of the Palestinian Nakba. Israel's violence against protesting Palestinians have sparked outcry for many regional and trans-regional states, as well as international rights bodies. Gaza announced a general strike on Monday to condemn the relocation of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem Al-Quds. Hundreds of thousands have joined the strike and the demonstration to express their anger against the move. Hala Safadi, Press TV, Gaza.